Well, we're live. Okay. There we go. That worked. Oh, I'm watching myself. I'll have to wait for a few people to shuffle in. And until then, we'll put something up. Give me a moment. Oh, there's 8:52 right off the bat. Nice. I was unaware before, I apologize to you, that you were able to share stuff. So this is to stimulate the third eye region. Going to get halted on me. Am I okay playing this? I don't. All right. It says nobody's watching. I'm watching. You're kidding me. I'm watching. I'll even put something in chat. There we go. All right, we'll wait it out. See if any notifications go out. Oftentimes that's a problem. So we've got, I put the Black Pyramid in there for fun. Just because I like to joke that I got banned for that. They claim it was copyright, but I don't know. Everything there. I put educational as my stream. So this is for educational purposes only. No, don't think the notifications are going out. It's a drizzly day outside today in Hamilton, Ontario. Nobody else has gone live. It says there's one person. It's probably me. Has everybody gone to watch Martin Liedtke? I saw he's live. Headlines with a voice. Okay. Well, we'll wait and see if anybody's interested in midichlorides and magnetosomes and black pyramids. Black pyramids in Alaska. Hey, beloved, good to see you. There's no share on this thing. I wish you could invite people up on YouTube. I don't know if they want people to really connect that well, though. That might be a little bit too much connection. Oh, yeah, I put the broom right there. There you can see we do have a clean house. We have a broom. Good to see you, beloved. My smokes are way over there. Give me a moment. Good water? Nice. So I replaced my monitor last night. I think you remember halfway through the show, my monitor glitched out on me. So I replaced it with a smaller and older model. I really don't know how old this one is. It's probably about 30. I would say 30 years old. It's an old Toshiba. It does have all the, does have computer connections and everything. But, it's a really old Toshiba. I lost, I forget what I had. It might have been an LG. Can't remember. I haven't bought too many monitors in my lifetime. I've been rather lucky with them. But yeah, last night that monitor cacked out on me. This used to be my TV. It's I guess it's a 17-inch, something like that. Not as big as my previous model, but it'll do. Hit that like button, please. Awesome. Thank you, beloved. So you got some interesting stuff to look at. Um, about well, midichlorides and midichlorines is just kind of a discussion of a made-up name that George Lucas came up with. I don't know. It may have some basis in ancient text or something. I don't know. But it was really interesting to see that. Let's look at something here. I've told you guys often about what can interfere with remote viewing. So I went to Laurentian University, and this came up. I was typing in Laurentian University remote viewing studies. Possible disruption of this came up on PubMed. I've told you guys about PubMed before. This is where doctors go to get to see the studies and information that has been done to, you know, to us, and because it's our medical system that they're monitoring. So this was a study done on possible disruption of remote viewing by complex, weak magnetic fields around the stimulus site and the possibility of accessing real phase space, a pilot study. So they're talking about disrupting. Now, this study has been since done in 2002. Roger, let me blow this up a bit. Make it a little easier for me to read. So in 2002, Persinger, Roll, Tiller, Corin, and Cook considered whether there are physical processes by which recondite information exists within the space and time of objects or events. The stimuli composed this information might be directly detected within the whole brain without being processed by the typical sensory modalities. We tested the uh, artist Ingo Swann, who can reliably draw and describe randomly selected photographs sealed in envelope in another room. In the present experiment, the photographs were immersed continuously in repeated presentation, uh, 5 times per second. One of two types of computer generated a complex magnetic field pattern whose intensities were less than 20 nanotesla over most of the area. Windows generated, but not DOS generated patterns were associated with a marked decrease in Mr. Swan's accuracy, whereas the DOS software generated exactly the same pattern. Windows software, phase modulation, the actual waveform resulting in an infinite bandwidth and complexity. We suggested that the information obtained by the process, attributed to the paranormal phenomena, have physical correlations that can be masked by weak, uh, infinitely variable magnetic fields. So, what does all that mean? Basically, the title that remote viewing can be disrupted by weak magnetic fields. What's that? I got to blow you up now, too. The screen is much smaller. Okay, there we go. Come out of the closet. Okay. Can't see you. Oh, okay. I'm here. Yeah. You can see and hear me. I know that. I'm right there. I hope you heard me. So, did you hear my reading of the PubMed article or not? That's what I'm wondering. The screen was all black. Weird. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue on and see if that happens. It's fine now. Oh, okay. As long as you heard the information, I don't have to repeat that. Okay. So we've seen how by that article, oh, this one, yeah, okay. By that article, how the remote viewing abilities can be affected by weak random magnetic fields. And I wanted to make a relation between that and these midichlorides, which were interesting from Star Wars. Really black again? No picture. Give it a second, maybe. Yeah, okay. I think it just takes it a second. Screen has got a lot of energy coming off of it. I want to check something while we're here. We'll move on with that. I don't think anybody has this channel, beloved. Right? Very few, anyways. We only got, what, 6 in class last night, got 7 views. We're really not high on the view meter at the moment. Let's see here. So, I wanted to check this screen out. Doesn't seem too bad. Refresh to make sure it wasn't on my end. Yeah, they've been screwing with me a lot lately. I've been just behind the screen. They don't seem to be emitting any huge fields. Unlike my microphone, which is, the mic's pretty powerful, but it has a magnet in it, so that could be why it's not that powerful though. It's not up in the thousands of Tesla, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, so let's take a look at midichlorides. Um, so midichlorides were microscopic, intelligent life forms that originated from the foundation of life in the center of the galaxy. Um, ultimately, ultimately reside within the cells of all living organisms, thereby forming a symbiotic relationship with their hosts. The force soaked through the midichlorides, allowing certain beings to use the force as if they were sensitive enough to its powers. In order to gauge an individual's potential force, blood tests were used to estimate the number of midichlorians within a subject's cells. Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, possessed the highest known count in galactic history, over 20,000 midichlorians, surpassing the potential of the Grand Master Yoda and all Jedi. According to the Sith, uh, his Sith Darth Master Plagueis could influence the midichlorians to create life. In New Era Republic, Imperial scientist Dr. Penn Pershing experimented with blood samples that he harvested from the Grogu A force-sensitive youngling with a high midichlorian count. Hmm. To give life, eh? Interesting. But the interesting part is that they're used as communication. That's the part that's interesting to me. I don't know where everybody is there, beloved. I didn't even see Scotty. Just you and me. Oh, there's Karen. Karen exists. Are you guys into that theory that you project reality? So when I'm not thinking of you, you don't exist? Or maybe when you're not thinking about me, I don't exist. I don't know which way it goes. One of us doesn't exist at one time or the other. Maybe we just got a notification. I didn't get a notification for this show, so that was upsetting. Let's see. Okay. So I wanted to show there's another article. PD. Possible disruption of remote viewing by complex weak magnetic fields around the stimulus site and the possibility of accessing real phase space, a pilot study. So I think this was based on the same study. They just rewrote the article and reprinted it. But yeah, so let's see. So these midichlorines, I was going to relate to these particles. Yeah, it'll come back. I think it just takes it a minute there, beloved. They're probably just screening everything I'm doing. No, we're fine, Karen. We're still here. Don't worry. They're just messing with us a bit. Gone again? Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I just don't really like this information. I'm keeping it kosher. I'm not putting out any information that is copyrighted, so you can kiss my hoo hoo. You can hear and see me? Okay. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to relate these midichlorians, chlorides, chlorians from Star Wars to magnetosomes. Now, here what they say is magnetosomes are, let me get this wording right, talk lower. Okay, magnetosomes are parakaryotic organelles that serve as navigational devices in magnetotactic bacteria, MBT, and consists of a membrane enclosed intercellular crystals of a magnetic iron material. Did you catch all that? So the description of midichlorians as living particles, microscopic, intelligent life forms that originated at the foundation of life. And we have magnetosomes, organelles, so they're little life forms that serve as navigational devices in magnetotactic bacteria. Hmm. Microscopic bacteria, very much like midichlorides, midichlorians, and consist of a membrane enclosed in an interstellar crystal of a magnetic iron material. Now, here's what those crystals look like. In chains, they form chains in life forms. They link up in you as well. You can see them in many different images here. Here they are. And I found out that they are dodecahedrons, which for some of the initiated into um, the Platonic solids and their meanings will know that the dodecahedron holds very special. Um, oh, here they show it at. Let's see, oh, hold on. Blow up that picture because they do show a shape of it there. But in other ones, it looked like it was five-sided. I don't know if they come in different shapes as well. Let me share that. So they're saying it's eight-sided. Now, I'm going to go back and look at some other images, but I've seen it. The ones I saw appeared to be a dodecahedron, 10-sided. Yeah, here we go. Um, that is a dodecahedron. These ones here, hold on, let me get this image up here. Now that does not look like a 10-sided figure, or sorry, an 8-sided figure. To me, that looks much more like a dodecahedron. I have those Platonic solids here. Oh, dodecahedron is very special because it is the shape that most efficiently fills up space. And Plato and his, um, hopefully you can see that, Plato and his contemporaries, oh, I'm way back on chat here. It'll come back. No? Okay, let's try this. So here, this is the shape of the crystal they're showing. It's a dodecahedron, five-sided shape, making 10 sides of reality. They're really, they're really not fond of this information, apparently. These connections got Caged Reality banned. I went on there and asked him if he wanted to get banned, and I started talking about it. And it got him banned. He was playing material they claimed was copyright that wasn't, and other stuff. Come back, it's gold. I hope you can see me again. Let me check. Okay, I can see. You have some crystals like that? Nice. I wish they were bigger. Like a nice big, huge ball-sized one. That'd be awesome. But I have little ones. They're cute. That's a pretty cute little one. But yeah, let me switch screens back and see if that messes us up again. And we'll give it a minute. Let's, let's go back to Google. There we go. So let's take a look at some other ones. Let's see what they show here. Okay. So to me, that looks like more like a dodecahedron. Another possible shape. No, it's really the only shape possible. Well, I suppose it could be icosahedron. I think that's the name of it. Can you see me? See me now? So here's a different crystal, but yeah, I think it looks like a dodecahedron. What do you guys think? Where are we here? Ah, there we are. Turn the size of this. Okay. See if we can find some other shapes here. So there are some examples, I guess, of them. Morphology of magnetosomes. Okay, so I guess they do come in possibly various shapes. Very interesting. I wonder if they come in like platonic solid shapes. Those very different shapes. Huh. Okay. So maybe they come in many forms. Hmm. Oh, there's a good one. Okay. I see. So there's a couple of forms that it can take. Very interesting. Can you guys see that? That's very interesting. Yeah, there's another image of it underneath. There we go. Interesting. Okay, so let's assume that's half of it. How many sides does it have? One, two, three. I'm going to count the red as four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 22 sides. No, 20 sides. Yeah, it's 20 sided. It is 20 sided. Yes. Okay, we've established that now. Very interesting. It is 20 sided. At least one of them, right? So these particles exist in you and me and in our cells, and possibly in the bacterium. They probably are in the bacterium that are in our cells as well. And these magnetosomes respond to magnetic forces, small micro changes in magnetic force, just like they describe. Um, it's having a connection, right? They have a connection to the force. Force. Well, if it's a force, it probably has an electric and a magnetic component. So the force could be considered magnetism. And we can deduce that because magnetism travels, I believe the number is 10,000 times as fast as electricity, which travels at the speed of light. So 10,000 times the speed of light. So as a communication or information gathering, the magnetic force is much faster than the electric force, and thereby all information is most likely transmitted via magnetic force to the magnetosomes in our brains because there is a layer around the outside of your brain cavity that has lipid layers that are filled with bacteria and magnetosomes, um, which will all react to magnetic fields. I never run out of weed. Oh no, just no energy to go get some. You smoke too much weed. That sucks. So I'm really interested in this correlation between um, magnetosomes and midichlorides because these magnetosomes do exist in bacteria. These are tiny, tiny particles, and they also exist apparently in our pineal gland. We can see these bacterial shots are really cool. There's some more 20-sided. So it seems that these ones, at least these ones on their own, are 20-sided indeed, which is amazing. And Plato would be ecstatic to hear that. It's not in the shape that he imagined, but could this be, as Lucas says, one of the foundations of life in the universe, these magnetosomes? Maybe the magnetosomes are the reason that for the formation of life. I haven't left the apartment for 3 weeks. All right. I hope you've showered and stuff in that time. You still have running water and all, but yeah, this just blows me away because it shows the reality of what we're talking about and how maybe George Lucas maybe understood this much more in depth than we do or did, or and where did he get that knowledge from, right? How did he have that understanding and knowledge? There's a good one. Ooh. That's amazing. To me, anyway. So, any questions, comments? I don't know if, yeah, I'm just amazed at the process. By the mechanism of these, we receive messages into our pineal gland, probably amplified by the surrounding layer in our of our brains, acting as a receiver and transmitter. I would postulate, I guess, um, that by that process we stretch our magnetic field out or gather information in through our cranium, the sub layers of the cranium, the fasciate layers. Probably, well, there is a higher concentration of magnetosomes in the outer layer of the brain. Don't have anywhere to go, and it's too cold to ride your bicycle. Okay. So really, that's all I had to share. Probably go black screen for a minute again. So I'm really impressed by this research of the magnetic fields, um, minor fluctuating magnetic fields. These are 50 nanometers. They are teeny tiny, um, but they react to each other and react to magnetic fields, weak magnetic fields like those from the Earth. I don't know what their action is. They possibly vibrate. I don't know. They are so happy to know we appreciate their intermingling. Okay. So let's have a puff, and I got that information out. That's I'll do it again on the other channel when they allow me to post again. If I'm allowed to post again. They didn't really tell me how long I was suspended for. At least I don't recall reading that. So I suppose I could check. Naughty boy, right? Yeah, I'm trying not to get spanked on this channel, but this they got me for copyright, and I know it wasn't really copyright. And then I went and I displayed this information again over on Chase's channel without without any of the videos or anything that I had played previously, and they gave him a copyright again for things that shouldn't be under copyright. So yeah, they shut him down, just like they did to me. So when you hit on something like that, and they wouldn't let me type over at Chase's place, they wouldn't let me type in the chat midichlorians. I wasn't allowed to put that into chat until I reiterated it with spelling mistakes. I sing the body electric. Yeah, yeah, we are electric. Magnetoelectric. They always say electromagnetic, but it's magnetoelectric because the magnetic is much faster. good poetry book. Haven't read it. I have an old copy of Songs of the Yukon. I really like them. Not much into poetry. Kind of a fact bag. Well, there's good wisdom in some poetry. And of course, we have the Black Pyramid in Alaska that we lost our ability to stream from, which again wasn't a copyright strike, but that's what they called it. Can you post a link to the info? Which info? Um, Here, let's see. PubMed stuff. There you go. I think I can. um, what else I had? Oh, midichlorides. Now you can compare the two descriptions of midichlorides and do I have a Google search on that? Here's a link, just a Google link to a description of magnetosomes. You're welcome. So, any questions, comments? I'm not that versed on midichlorides, but magnetosomes I do know something about. Any questions about the connections? There is one thing I did want to discuss that I forgot about. Um, is it are these magnetosomes somewhat like midichlorides in that there are people that have more or less of them, depending on their heritage, other things, lifestyle. Uh, is there any way to increase the amount of magnetosomes in your body? No, I haven't tried the ayahuasca strain marijuana. That sounds cool. Uh, and here, I'll give you a link also to the images that I was looking at. This is an image of uh, a real magnetosome. And see if I can find the image showing the 10-sided or 20-sided, sorry, magnetosome. It was that one that was a really good representation. Oh, there it is. It showed that it was a 20-sided object. Very cool. So that's the image I shared that shows that it's a 20-sided crystal. Iron crystal, FeO3. So it's very close to blood. It's what's in blood as well. Really amazing. Synchronicities of it with midichlorides and esoteric knowledge of the 20-sided dodecahedron, although this is somewhat oddly shaped for a dodecahedron, having 6-sided, 5-sided, 4-sided, 3-sided. Yeah, this has, how many shapes does it have there? It has a rectangle. It has a square shape. So how many shapes? Is each one an individual? Hold on a moment. I don't know how many shapes this has in it. Okay, so it's got a triangle. Square, or a square on top. So got a rectangle. Um, has a 5-sided, it looks like, in the blue on the left. So that would be a 5-sided, 5-sided pentagram, pentagon, gram, so 5-sided, 2 4-sided, and a 6-sided with those big red blotches in the middle. And a 6-sided. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 5 different shapes. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't believe in the neutron. Um, I like electron flood theory. It sounds very much like you know, somewhat more along the lines of reality. Hey Trey, how you doing? The Hunter zodiac has orbits, constellations of planets. There are 20 for a nebula, anyway. Hmm. There's an interesting factor. Do magnetosomes form differently in different areas? What if constellations of planetary planes are 20? Hmm. This is a 20-sided magnetosome, Trey. Good to see you too. And I was relating that to George Lucas's midichlorides. Very similar descriptions. These can form in small life forms, bacteria. They also form in our cells, and they're possibly what gives us our power of viewing and reaching out. They react to magnetic fields. They have a magnetic field themselves. Close up of that image. Yeah, you can see much better now that this is a five-sided. It's a Superman It's a Superman crescent. The shield of Superman. Here we have a rectangular shape. It would be square on top. I think. Hold on. No, it wouldn't be. One, two, three. It'd be six-sided on top, not four-sided. Yeah, it would be six-sided. Okay. Hmm. Cool. I don't know if I can play that, so I'll have to watch that later. Um, I don't want a copyright strike on this channel, so yeah, let me scoop that up. So, do you think there's any way that? What about the Christo? Is that the method to getting us more midichlorides? Magnetosomes? Will that do it? Hmm. It's said that when the pineal, the fluid breaks over from the optic thalamus into the pineal, that there's a production of crystals, but those are piezoelectric crystals. I don't know what they're made of, though. Cool, thanks. um, Makes a lot of sense. That's good. Yeah, they keep turning, lucifering. You have some of that black are black with six sides and the red conclusions. That's an interesting. If we could find iron crystals, like, oh, that's such a cool idea. If we could find iron crystals, large ones, I bet we probably could find large ones like this, uh, either like silica or other materials, but in this shape, because it would have existed in the giant sized creatures, wouldn't they have? So there should be real life examples of this in large size. Let's take a look. 20-sided crystal. Natural. Sided natural crystals. Let's see. Do many quartz have 20 sides? Most of them are terminated, aren't they? They're grown. Quartz mineral formation, there's one. That's very somewhat similar. Let me share this with you. Let's see. So, not similar to that shape at all. It has a six-sided on the side, a pentagon, a triangle, and it would be six-sided on top. I wonder if there are any giant examples of this. Hmm. Not really finding anything. Um, if you have a black one that's close to that, that's neat. These are closer to the shape. I don't know if these are cut though. But those could be remnants of magnetosomes. Um, hard to say. Largest known 55 carat black diamond unveiled in. Okay, they do say diamonds are carbon. Hmm, interesting. I don't know. Are diamonds? Are diamonds the? Huh, that would be amazing. Let's look at 20-sided diamond. Okay, these are going to be cut. Uh, is a raw diamond. Very interesting. Here we go. These are much more. See, now that is, if that is a raw diamond, that is one of the shapes that they claim a magnetosome come in. And this shape here of the quartz is very close. Now, the dodecahedron, they say that a quartz crystal, all of the carbon is lined up in it, right? Hmm. Not a magnetosome? They do seem to come in unterminated, like, double terminated all the time, right? There's another one. Oh, come on. Really? The diamonds? Magnetosomes? Oh, that's so cool. So I think they are. Wow, I'm really excited about that. For okay. Um, I'm not going to say 100% yes, but damn, they sure are a good match. I'm sorry, let me check chat here. Um, Hi, Susie Q. Oh, yeah, sorry about the black screen. Okay, so they don't want me to show this. Are we back? Been black a long time now. Okay, we're there. Okay, so I was showing natural diamonds, and natural diamonds seem to very much resemble magnetosomes. Hi, Susie Q. Good to see you. Wow, an hour and people finally got some notification, eh? Yeah, you guys will have to really go back and watch this. This was a really good show. Well, I think. I'm excited about this information as well as the previous information that I showed. I'll get some rocks. But yeah, take some pics there, Karen Lynn. Send them to me. I'll open up my Gmail. So that's really very exciting for me, anyways. Wow, that's a lot for me to think about. You guys were here for the exploration and discovery. So we talked about magnetosomes and their part in the process of remote viewing. Where was I going there? Hi, Elderberry. Yeah, now we get some notifications. So we're going to wait for see what Karen Lynn's got. Very exciting. Yeah, so magnetosomes in us are small, dodecahedron or eight-sided. They seem to come in 20 and eight-sided shapes and are affected by magnetic fields in our brain. They're in our brain and are affected by magnetic fields. And probably the connection to the magnetic field memory that we use during remote viewing. Okay, so let's see, where were we? Yeah, it's best if I don't switch between images too much. So let me show you some of the examples of natural diamonds that I did show. So here's one. And I'll show you later on they're very similar, not exact, but very similar to the shape we find of exosomes in our body. And because I believe that we are, oops, where'd you go? Because I believe we are smaller forms of big life forms, I postulate there should be examples of larger exosomes around the planet. And if they turned into diamonds like these, I can show you these diamonds are very similar in shape, especially these two here that I've just shown, to exosomes, or sorry, not exosomes, sorry, magnetosomes in our brain and the bacteria in our brain that also carry them. It's very exciting. So here are some of the examples of shapes. Now this four-sided is the exact of an exosome, but this quartz is not. Now diamonds do form in different shapes, as we can see, other than just that. They pile together to make different forms. And this one, what an exosome looks like, at least the top half. So let me show you the exosome crystals. I may go black screen for a while. Just have patience, and it will show up again. So certain rings that humans could wear? I don't know what you mean. Maybe. I don't know. I was postulating an idea of maybe finding a way to increase the number of exosomes in us, being the pursuit of enlightenment or the Christos, that type of thing. Because that does create, let me refresh here, crystals, piezoelectric crystals, piezoluminescent crystals, and piezochromatic, meaning they produce color and light in our pineal. Now, they may be acting in conjunction with the magnetosomes themselves, making light. Not sure. Hmm. Going to take a minute and think. So, I don't know what you guys think about. I'm very, very interested in this. It's the recent advances in studies on magnetosomes, associated proteins composing the bacterial geomagnetic sensor. It's very interesting. Here they are in life forms. They have them highlighted. And just like the midichlorides, chlorines in Star Wars, these magnetosomes are contained in life forms. The claim in the Jedi is that these life forms existed from the beginning of the galaxy. Now, that didn't say that they weren't new, like regenerating themselves, but it kind of gave the air that they were immortal, kind of. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Do these bacteria, do they carry these midichlorides, these magnetosomes to us? Do they create them for us? Maybe, maybe that's why they covet diamonds so much. Can we use diamonds to give ourselves a better connection? Is that why they're all over the crown of the queens and kings? So they can connect with the magnetic field of the earth better and connect with us better? I'm not sure if these magnetosomes are all diamonds, but or if they turn from, they say that they're iron, which, I don't know, carbon, iron, were they replaced by material like diamonds because they're so magnetic and they line up so well? And in a diamond, the process of making them or them being formed, they claim, is that there is a perfectly lined up carbon, and that is why it is transparent. And if the magnetosomes are magnetic and they line up with the magnetic fields, they would be the perfect uh, specimen or object to create a diamond from over time if it was done by the process of fossilization. Or are these magnetosomes tiny black diamonds? They're just telling us that they're made of iron, FeO3. Three oxygen, eh? So they're highly oxygenated. They're in the bacteria that runs around our brains. They're in our brains, in the sheathing around our brains. Are we diamonds? Did you get those pics, Karen? I'm really curious to see that. Let's do a refresh. She's got a big black crystal that appears very much in the shape that we've described. Nothing coming through yet. Hmm. Right? Hmm. Well, I don't have much else on this. And you guys have helped me expand on it quite a bit through the searches we've done. But yeah, what's the other reason women wear diamonds? What's the reason women wear diamonds? Why are diamonds so coveted? They're just a rock. They're a rare rock. They are rare. Exosomes would be rare in us as well. There's some in more like there's more in different tissues throughout the body. Some of them have more or less. I think most jewelry was technology of the past. I think so, Trey. Some of it was just to look nice, I think. But I think there was purpose behind it, probably. Oh, give me 1 second here. But those natural diamonds did really resemble exosomes. I don't know. Can we use diamonds to amplify our psychic abilities? Wouldn't that be cool? Hmm. I'll have to think about. Well, I'll have more to present when I get back to the other channel and people are able to see this because it appears no notifications here. We got the 6. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm damn excited about this. Wish Karen would send those pictures. Um, so I showed you the creatures that have these exosomes in them. Let's see if we black out midichlorians. Life could not exist, and we would have no knowledge of the Force without the midichlorians. They continually speak to us, telling us the end, telling us the will of the Force. When you learn to quiet your mind, you'll hear them speaking to you. Vanity? Maybe. I think now it's vanity. Maybe in the past it had purpose. Hmm. So midichlorians were microscopic, intelligent life forms, and we can see that these microscopic life forms have magnetosomes in them. Originated from the foundation of life in the center of the galaxy and ultimately reside in the cells of all living organisms, thereby forming a symbiotic relationship with their hosts. The Force spoke through the midichlorians, magnetosomes, and their hosting bacteria, allowing certain beings to use the Force if they were sensitive enough to its powers. In order to gauge the individual's potential in the Force, blood tests were used to estimate the number of midichlorians within a subject cells. It's very, very close relation to magnetosomes and midichlorians. Right. Okay. Tone deaf humans. Indians did it. Okay. Yeah, they wore jewelry too. All right, I'll wait. How many rocks have you got? I can only show them on picture. So you have to send the pic over email. Yeah, I am excited to see that. Seeing if they're the same shapes as magnetosomes is that's true. Yeah, or dice. Unbelievable correlation between the two. So here's the crystal shape that we're looking for. 20-sided. Very curious. Dodecahedron. There's your 20-sided die. Also comes in 8-sided as well. Nothing yet, Darren. Yeah, the dodecahedron and natural diamonds look very, very similar. Let's go with natural diamonds. Images. It's like very much like a magnetosome. Exactly like one. They come in different shapes. It's one at the bottom left here, very similar to the 20-sided one. There's 8-sided and 20-sided. So these ones on the left here, very similar to the 20-sided. And this one as well. Looks like it's been mutilated, but it may have contained 20 sides at one time. Very exciting discovery. And now I have to find the correlation or the relationship. That is almost exactly like the top of an exosome. They would be 6-sided like that with, oh, that is, convincing myself, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? No video, of course. What do you guys think? Okay. You can't see or hear him. It'll come back in a minute. They just don't like, they want to delay me showing you all this stuff. I think they took out my screen last night too during class. I don't think that was. I mentioned the amount of power that my screen was putting off, and it just went poof right then. Okay. So this one I was amazed at. Looks exactly like the top side of an exosome. This one, I'm kind of pretty convinced now. I'm convincing myself, I think. I don't know. I was asking you guys what you thought, but you weren't there. So here's one of the 8-sided ones. So almost a perfect 8-sided, exactly what you would expect of the two types of exosomes we've seen. You know, um, so many that perfect 8-sided. That would make a perfect exosome. Or sorry, not exosome, a magnetosome. I'm saying exosome. Now that is one of the possibilities too. Wow. very, very close to the shape of exosomes, or sorry, magnetosomes. So I don't know. After seeing some of these images, what do you guys think? Especially those eight-sided ones. They're exactly like exactly because they are an eight-sided crystal, and all the other shapes seem to be oblong shaped, like the other of magnetosomes. So they come in the two forms. Uh, Tell me if I'm convincing myself or if you guys are seeing a correlation. They come in the two shapes of magnetosomes that we've seen. Huh, I am kind of blown away. And then the relation between diamonds and being such a precious stone, you know, diamond industry, they're unable to sell them. Um, Considering it a very likely possibility. I don't know. Let me mull on this for a moment. Sounds like my wife has started dinner, so I'll probably be off here in a bit. Yeah, this is really interesting research we got here. Uh, Gonna have to roll that through the old thinker for a while. Any thoughts? Questions? I like the idea of the jewelry. That's, just are diamonds used in jewelry for esoteric purposes? Does that give the wearer um, an aspect of control over the magnetic fields of others in a way that it can affect their psychology, their connection, what they feel and see? Hmm. That would be altering their reality, wouldn't it? Maybe it lies in you, copper. Hmm. I don't know what you mean, Trey. I take copper. I wear copper. It's interesting with the diamonds. I don't know. Hmm. See if Karen's got those images through. No, nothing yet, Karen. Let's see if it went anywhere else. I don't think so. No. Okay. Do, do, do. Um, yeah, I'm waiting for Karen's pics. Maybe it's a foundry that affects people, not a core stone, but mixed. Well, I think there are other stones, natural eight sided. Try that. See what other crystals are naturally eight-sided. Amethyst. Looks like it's an eight-sided. Natural dream amethyst. There's two examples. There's six-sided. So a couple of examples. What are diamonds? Showing lots of eight-sided diamonds. Just saying. Shapes of diamonds. Shapes of diamond crystals. Yeah, it led us back to diamonds again. Let's see here. So curious. This one's curious. This one in the middle on the far right. But again, we're dragged right back to diamonds. There's another one. Understanding the shapes of diamond crystals. Pyramid. Herkimer diamond. Very interesting. Herkimer diamond. Now there's a very interesting shape. Okay, that's very like a magnetosome. So this one here, red crystals, possibly. Back to the diamond. It doesn't have a flat top like the magnetosomes do in our bodies. So it's still up in the air there for me. But the eight-sided, the eight-sided is almost well, it's obviously a perfect match. Hi, Chloe. How are you doing? Let's see. Refresh. Come on, Garrett. I'm getting hungry. A century-old motionless pearl clam. There must be a lot of wealth inside that one. Oh, maybe. If the purest fields need to be, then we go straight quartz. Yeah, you can post there. Sure. Did they pull a pearl out of it? Put a grain of sand in there and wait 100 years? Yeah. Of course you can. I don't know if you can post your pictures there. That might not work. You might have to send them to my email. And I know you have my email. So you're allowed to post them there. I don't know if you can. Oh yeah, that's a big clam. How do they know it's 100 years old? Special clams, right? That one big ass clam. Oh yeah, big red pearls in it. Did you send those yet, Karen? Ew, just popping out of it. That's disgusting. They're pretty though, but pretty gross coming out of it. Does that hurt the clam? It's probably dead now, isn't he? Hey D, how you doing? How are you doing with those pics, Karen? All right. You know what? Hey, Karen, are you there? Send those to me, and I'm going to be doing another show. I'll be going over all this information again, um, maybe with a little bit more added. Um, so it'd be great if you could send those pics to me. But now I think I'm going to go, and we'll do another show when I'm allowed back on my other channel, and we'll get more eyes on this. Cool. Okay, guys. Much love to you all. Keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. I guess the notifications went out after 1 hour and 40 minutes. All right. So please join me again for another presentation of what we just went over, plus maybe more. Till next time. Bye bye.